Jump that up right on in there, huh? Thought he did a great job on Will Barton. Was that by design for you and Mr. Thompson? What exactly? What did you? Was there any keys that you saw in the film? So I thought that was very important. Great defense that you had.
Well, let me say my part first, and Hollis can jump in. You know, one, I thought he was, as a group, I thought we were, but Hollis was extremely attentive to it. Will's hard to guard because he plays so hard. He's difficult to guard because he plays so hard. You know, and even on a day where, as you're posing the question, saying we did a good job on, he ended up with a double-double. And was extremely effective. Was extremely, am I right about that? Yeah. Was extremely effective for them. And so, he puts so much pressure on you in that he does every part of the game. You don't have to just focus. I mean, a lot of people you can just focus, right, let me guard them. But with Will, I got to guard him in the half court. I have to sprint back and be attentive in transition. I have to keep him off the boards. He's difficult to guard. So as much as you pose a question to an individual, it's that individual couple. It's a team effort to try to slow him down a little bit, I think.
Yeah, like Coach said, it's definitely a team effort. We saw in the tape that he likes to drive middle, so we try to cut those drives off. And when he did get in the middle, all my teammates kind of sunk in and helped me out. So I think that's a team did a decent job.
Coach, you said that you guys escaped by the skin of your teeth in Maui. How did tonight, in your eyes, compare? Do you feel like that margin that you guys had built for yourselves obviously seemed to be enough to hold them off in the end? Or you could just talk.
Oh man, I think that for particularly the start of the second half, but I think for most of tonight, our defense was very, very good. Standing here now, I feel like all of their points, but a large percentage of their points, when we had unforced turnovers that were because of mistakes we made, which quickly led to transition baskets. But that's what they do. I mean, that is what they do. That is one of their strengths. But I think that when we just had to just go, when we stopped their transition, we didn't have careless turnovers. I thought our defense was pretty good. It was very good, actually, for large stretches of tonight's game.
Coach, what do you think led to those? Sorry, right here. Those careless turnovers you just described. That there was 3 in a row twice that almost left them.
I don't know if there's any particular thing you can point at. I think they went to a zone. Normally I get kind of excited when teams go to zones because we usually pick it apart pretty good. But they did a good job. They did a very good job with it today. And I think that and with several instances we may have been. We spent all week hearing what a good passers we are, and we may have made too many extra passes. Like trying to make things happen that weren't necessarily there. But then at the end of the day, we had to get stops, and we got a few key ones, and then we got some rebounds. I think Hollis did a good job on the board. Henry got some key ones. Jason Clark finally joined the rebounding party and got some rebounds in the second half there that we needed.
Coach, has Otto surprised you with how he's developed so far the first 6 weeks of the season?
Not anymore. I think I could say I was surprised heading to Beijing, heading to China, and maybe even the first part of China. But at this point, what he's doing is not a surprise at all.
What'd you tell?
Expected.
I'm sorry. What'd you tell your guys last 3 or 4 minutes first half? They started getting the ball into the paint as opposed to passing on the perimeter. I think you called timeout, and you guys started dumping it down, getting some scores, got Henry involved, and stop shooting jump.
I don't remember. Y'all remember? I don't remember what we said in the first half. I know we got a couple stops, got some transition baskets, so I don't remember specifically what I said right there, Rob.
Can you talk about holding them at just 8 fast break points? I mean, there were some times where guys.
That's all?
Yeah. Guys just turned
Then
around.
a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. I felt like they had a lot more. I mean, particularly in that second half. I mean, I felt like when they didn't get transition, they didn't score. And so I think, and I don't know what the number is. I looked down. 15 turnovers. That's too many. Our turnovers led to their baskets. I think we we were pretty attentive on missed shots, on getting back. We were pretty attentive for the most part on made shots getting back, because they come at you on makes and misses. They hurt us with that tremendously in Maui. If we say we had 8 this whole game, probably 8 of the first 12 points on the island were transition baskets. So, obviously that was something we wanted to just get back, and make them score in the half court.
You guys have made a habit of very strong starts in the second half. Today, that seems to be kind of the key turning point of the game. Going 7, I think you started the second half 7-0 run. Can you start?
Great halftime adjustment by the coach. No, I mean, I'm not sure. I think the halftime we settled down a little bit. I don't know that there was any major thing. I don't even remember halftime talk. I don't know if there's any major thing we adjusted. I think that in the first half, well, in the second half, we did a much better job of communicating on all their curls. In the first half, we were getting lost and guys were open, and all of a sudden we had 2 guys running with 1 person and another person's wide open over here. These guys did a much better job of just communicating with each other on a lot of their wheel action, their circular action, so that we were always in front of them, and so which allowed us to get stops, which allowed us to score at the other end.
What did the refs tell, or the officials tell you about that incident with Pastor when they seemed to? I'm only asking
They said that he was out of the coach's box.
Okay. And
Next question.
No, I mean, don't blow him off. I mean, that's what they told me. They said he was out of the coach's box.
right.
And so you're asking that question because you thought he stopped the play?
I'm
Is
asking.
that why you're asking that question?
I'm asking because you guys went on a 6-0 run to the end of the half after that. So,
I don't know. I mean, they said he was out of coach's box, that's all.
then that's not punishable, or
I'm not sure the rules.
okay. I'm not sure.
Coach, you said before the season, you yourself are gonna have to be a little patient with so many young players in the rotation. Is the team further ahead of where you thought they'd be heading into the Big East?
I don't know that I function like that, meaning I don't think I sit down at the beginning of the year and say, hey, we want to be here, we want to be there, we want to be there, ooh, we're ahead, ooh, we're behind. I think, with me, the way I work and hopefully the way these guys, it's just day to day. It's just let's come to practice, let's get better today. Let's not think about, we want to be here at the start of Big East play. We want to be here when we leave Maui. We want to be here in the middle of Big East play. We just want to come and understand where we're flawed and continue to work on those flaws and get better, and then where we are will take care of itself.
How big was it for Markel to hit those 2 threes to start the game, to get his offense going?
I mean, he's been shooting well all week. The last game, he came in and hit, I forget the exact number, I want to say 3 or 4.
4 or 6.
During the course of the game. So, that's something that I think is more of a blip as it relates to how he was shooting as opposed to how he is shooting. I mean, he can put the ball in the basket. He takes the shots that he should take, he can put the ball in the basket.
How big were those 2 starts defensive plays, almost midway second half? He ran down a loose ball.
Yeah, I think as a group overall. I mean, we had those 2 plays. Otto jumped down there and clogged up the middle a couple times. As I said, I think that our defense, with the exception of when our turnovers led to their basket, I said this 10 times because I feel like it's more than 8. I got to go back and watch the tape on that. But I think that overall, not just those overall, everyone's defense I thought was pretty good in the second half.
Questions for the
Coach, can you
players?
discuss how your bigs have progressed as the season gone on, on the offensive end in terms of rebounding, won the rebounding battle again tonight? Can you just talk about in general as your coach?
Well, I think you're posing the question wrong in that we don't, or let me reword that. I don't look at it as our bigs. Our whole team has to rebound. I spent most of this week getting on Jason Clark because he hadn't been rebounding as well as he needs to rebound. And so, we don't look at it as it's our bigs' responsibility to get rebounds. We all have to get in there and we all have to rebound. And I think that has been something that has definitely been a point of emphasis across the board with us.
That has improved generally, do you think, as the year's gone on?
I think so.
Questions for the players?
Henry, you had a couple big plays down at the end of the first half, and you backed down with Witherspoon, and then you came down with that. We're going to talk about the need to remain active in all facets of the game.
Yeah, I got to stay active. My teammates did a good job getting me the ball. Unfortunately, a couple shots early. ball where I can score.
Henry, Memphis is known as the fast-breaking team, but there was that play right at the end of the half where you guys pass, one dribble pass, and you got the dunk right before the end of the half. It really seemed to give you guys some momentum. Just talk about that play, just kind of what that did for you guys going into the halftime.
I think definitely boosted our confidence. You know, we made a little run at the end of the half and gave us a little momentum for this game.
What was the difference for you this game? Last game, you really controlled the action, like you struggled a little bit on offense, but like you said, particularly there at the end of the half, made a couple key baskets to help spark that run.
You know, different games pose different things. So I think last game, you know, certain things were working more than others. In this game, you know, they scouted, tweaked some things, and you know how to do something different.
Jason, can you talk a little bit about just your defensive effort? I mean, you guys were a couple of possessions just turning and booking it back down the court. Just talk about keeping up with them on a defensive end.
We focused on that all week, playing them hard, just helping each other. I think just helping each other made them, caused them, our pressure caused them to turn the ball over more. And I think we were just in the right places at the right time, doing what we're supposed to do, and that led to our fast break point.
What do you think was really working for you guys right after halftime that led to that big run?
Communication. We communicated with each other a lot more. In the first half, they definitely, there was some screens that we should have switched that we didn't switch, some curls that we were supposed to switch that we didn't. Second half, we wiped all that out.
How does this tonight compare in terms of just satisfaction compared to what you did in Maui?
It's always good to beat a team 2 times in a row. So I think that's a really good. It's always good to beat a team 2 times in a row. So I mean, that's the type of game we're going to have when we play in the Big East. So it definitely boosted our confidence.
Did you sense Jackson got a little frustrated?
I could see he was frustrated. He wasn't attacking as much as he usually does. I think our pressure and our defensive pressure, our help, frustrated him a lot. He couldn't get to the seams that he usually gets to.
Hollis, you had a bunch of offensive rebounds, and collectively, you guys all did. How key was that, especially when the shots started missing in the second half, and also to sort of keep the pace of the game down, keep the ball away from them?
I think it was very important. When you play a team that fast breaks like they do, you're always nervous about getting back. But I think because they fast break, they kind of leak out and it provides offensive rebound opportunities for us.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey, Max.